everyone, and welcome to Revenue Rescue. As always, this monthly webinar series is brought to you by the team here at Affinitiv. If this is your first time joining us, know that we provide marketing and software solutions to over 5,000 dealerships nationwide, working with every major manufacturer in the country. And we're excited to take some time to share a bit of the knowledge and insights that we've gained through our experiences. So each month, our Revenue Rescue webisode will feature a new topic addressing common challenges within your dealership that may be leaving revenue on the table. All past recordings, in case you missed them, are available on our website. You'll find a direct link on our homepage, affinitiv.com, leading to topics covering everything from social media to service lane software, campaign planning, to conquest audiences, and more. In the end, our goal is really to guide you through solution and strategy ideas to help you make the best decision possible for your business. Now, on to today's topic. At this point, we all realize data is important, but how does it improve marketing results? To dig into the details of this, Courtney Evans is joining us once again. She's Affinitiv's Vice President of Product, and this time she's here to talk about data-driven relationships. You'll learn how your greatest strategic asset drives messaging and predicts customer engagement. And with that, I'll turn it over to Courtney.
Hi, everyone. So last month, we kind of started the conversation on how we can be using data or layering in the data into what we already have to create, better marketing. And what that marketing is really going to help do is drive better relationships. So we kind of wanted to go more in depth on that and kind of give you an understanding. So hopefully you joined us last time where we discussed the importance of layering in the different data sets to get the best audience for your marketing. We talked about 83% of the data that you have at your fingertips in your DMS, in your CRM, any other system you're using is actually not even being used effectively. So then we throw in the hundreds of different third-party data sets out there, hundreds of different ways to segment an audience set, and it's crazy to think of how much better we could be marketing or aiding in the experience of our customers to help turn that into ROI. So it's also not just about the number of customers that are being brought in, but it's how we use the data at hand to better understand those customers' habits and help create a better experience so that they remain loyal and keep coming back. You've heard the saying, it's cheaper to maintain a relationship than bring in new ones. We also discussed how to layer in third-party data and have a better understanding of our customers. Today, data really gets a bad rap. People really do not understand it, but it's everything that we do and different points that we choose to remember and use in the future. All of these contribute to how a customer responds and feels and will play a role in how they do business. But how you use it is the important part to earning your customers' trust, which will result in loyalty. So currently, there's really two different ways that a dealership would, have a relationship with a customer. It's either through, the interpersonal communication approach. So those are the, relationships that you form either in person, on the phone, and how you, convey the messaging of what needs to be done to their car or, how to sell them, something for their car. It's really that face-to-face, and this can go a long way. They say that, most people form a judgment within 5 minutes of meeting someone. So making sure that you're conveying the same messaging that's in your marketing is key to success in this, these relationships. And that brings us really to the other part of the relationship, and that's the marketing that's happening when you're not face-to-face with that customer. We say it time and time again, we really stress that omni-channel because every consumer responds to different marketing, and that marketing helps drive them back into the dealership so you have the opportunity to have a face-to-face contact with them. But so kind of going from there, we can bring data into those relationships and help, enhance the experience that those customers have. And that's just going to result in better ROI and more customers for you. So what can data do to help us with those relationships? Well, first of all, it's going to help you find your audience. It's going to help you to find, customers outside of your DMS and also ones that are inside of it that you might be able to target a little bit better. The ones that you have at hand are just as meaningful as any new ones coming in or more so. So how do we create those, segmentation to help, target better? It's also going to help you create your business plan. All this real-time interaction with the data gives you a detailed map of what's happening now, but we also need to understand how well you're performing so that we can look to the future and, enhance what we're doing. With data analytics, you can find and forecast trends in sales, turnover, growth, and then take what you've discovered and develop an in-depth, business plan for the next phase. It can also help you develop your marketing campaigns. And you're probably already noticing that these all go hand in hand. You can't do one without the other. But your marketing campaigns are really that key to communicating with your customers when you don't have time to pick up the phone or see them one-on-one every day. So we take what we've learned about the audience, we take what what you've learned through your business, and we apply that to a campaign to help drive people into either the sales department or the service lane. And it's also going to help you, now we have the customers, we have, businesses booming. How do we plan for the future in an expansion plan? How are you going to, ensure that, while you might have more ROs or you might have more customers coming in, how can we plan that they still feel like they get that one-on-one experience and that you truly cater to them based on your marketing and your experience that you provide? And data can help do all this with the information that we already have at our fingertips. So again, data, it's a kind of a big word, and we want to make sure that, we stress the importance of it. 2 out of 3 of the leading marketers admit that data-based decisions beat gut instinct. Yes, you know your business. You know what's best in some situations, but data can help support that and help you pinpoint exactly what you need to do. You might have the gut feeling that you need to do a special sale, but the data is going to help you create that audience. Data-driven marketing leads to increased conversion and customer acquisition of 78% of organizations. So you go out and you say, hey, I want to, bring in more customers. The data is going to help you bring in the right customers, not just do that blanket marketing that we've referred to in the past. Another key part of, data analytics and creating these data-driven relationships is how do we do the analyzation of the data? Only 8% of companies store all their data in one place, which we refer to as a data warehouse. And this really helps to, have all the data in one place and do the analytics, the segmentation, audience building, slice and dice. We can apply models to that. And it's a lot easier than having to go to multiple systems, slice and dice, and ensure that it's accurate. So that's another key, point. And the other thing is that, most people, people's ears perk up when they hear it. When you personalize your campaigns and have a better understanding of your audience, it's going to result in 5 to 8 times the ROI. So you might be spending a little bit more, or you might be spending less because you're getting more segmented and targeting the right audiences. But you're going to see it in the long run. So your final goal is really to learn how your greatest strategic assets drive the messaging and predict customer engagement. So let's, use a real life example. I'm going to present 3 customer profiles, all of them from the same DMS, and have been, we've added in some data sets to kind of give you the, true effect. You might take all these customers because they fall in a similar life cycle and send the same messaging to them. And I want to prove to you that that might not be the most effective way of marketing. So customer profile A, he's an enthusiast that continuously wants the greatest things out there. We see that he has 3 of the same OEM parts in his driveway. He's actively searching online for the 2020 models. He did all the right things. He purchased a warranty. He goes to the dealership for service. So are we going to send him a routine service, reminder when he probably already knows that he's due for service just based on his, needs? it might be best to send him some, we see that he's looking and that he constantly wants the newest things, so a sales campaign might be timely and relevant, or an educational piece, giving him more education on the cars he has and boosting his enthusiasm even more. He's going to feel that if he's loyal to the brand and the dealership, that we're supporting him and what he's looking for out of the relationship. Then in contrast, we have customer profile B. She did not purchase the warranty for her vehicle. She has no other cars in the vehicle. She has searched online, so, she's only looking at, independent repair facilities that are within close proximity to her. She recently moved, and we also see that she has a lease on the car. So what does this tell us? Well, it tells us that we should serve her ads on multiple different channels because she's using multiple different channels in her search for, independent repair facilities and new models. So she's got a wide range of, where she's seeing these. And it might also be effective to show her, serve her lease end programs and incentives to turn in early. And it might also give her, it might benefit her to get some educational pieces that say, here's why you should be servicing at the dealership. Hey, you leased the car from us, and while it's convenient to go to the independent repair facility, here's why you should drive the extra few miles to come to us. Here's what we can provide to you, and here's the offers that might make it worth your trip. Make her feel like it's worth her time, or that, you send pickup and delivery or loaner vehicles. That's what's going to be important to her. And then we have customer profile C. He has no online presence, has 2 vehicles in his driveway that were purchased by all dealerships in the same vicinity, but not the same one. And through his consumer habits, we really see that he's more, convenient. He has no, loyalty to a certain program. So first of all, we're not going to, target him online because we do not see a footprint anywhere. But we can target him through direct mail. And in this situation, it might be an incentive to, you can bring any of your vehicles to us, or here's the benefit. He's from his profile, he's looking more like a, convenience shopper, and we can target him with ads that speak to that. So, we kind of went through this, and we talked about, 3 customers that were in your DMS, and, how they're vastly different. And if we go back to this, we have 2 types of relationships, personal and marketing with our customers. And our 2 chances to change their perspective or create the right from the start, how can we enhance that? And the answer is, of course, data. And data can assist us in creating stronger relationships that, feel impactful, better connect to our customers in ways that they're going to respond to, and then serve more relevant content. So not serving ads that they go, this does not apply to me, and deleting instantly. Not getting that email that says I'm due for service, but I'm really not, and I'm not even looking to service my vehicle because I really want a new one. Data is where this helps. I know my consumer trends are very different than my own husband's. I like a new car. He would rather drive it, and service it routinely. So to me, we would be targeted very differently. And all of this, data mixed with what we learn from personal experiences can help us to gain the following. And that's really the knowledge of the consumer's vehicle, prior experience and how we use that to apply it to the future, and the knowledge of the consumer's vehicle, those 3 big buckets, and how that really results in the customer experience and giving them that warm, fuzzy feeling that makes them want to come back. The more we know on a given customer, and the more we treat them as an individual rather than just a dollar sign, the more likely they're going to return, and it's going to give us that profit in the long haul. So I kind of mentioned, my consumer habits are way different than my husband's. But again, kind of applying this, I know I chose my dealership not based on price. I didn't even do a lot of, price, research on it, just because I know that they're pretty much the same across the board. It might be a few dollars off here and there, but what made me want to go with the dealership that I choose to purchase from and service at is that I really felt that they understood my needs. They took into account, my family needs, my, what I wanted to pay monthly. They understand that I, maybe don't drive as often as, some other people. So, and that I, don't understand all the technology on my car. So they serve me more educational pieces. The time that I got my new car in the driveway and I'm trying to set up my garage door, which to some might be a very easy experience, but it wasn't for me. And 2 days later, I had an email in my inbox that said, here's how you set up your garage door from your car. It almost felt like they understood that that was something I needed to know. And I continuously get those, giving me more and more, loyalty to my vehicle and a want to, maintain it. So, how do we boil this down? Data is a big world. Experiences are different one to the next. But we want to make sure that you walk away from this with some tips and best practices on how to set your own dealership up for success. And what we really have found is that if you follow this process, you're going to see great results. So setting your customer profiles and audience based on the dealership needs, looking at, not just your DMF and not active versus inactive customers, but also looking at their consumer habits and, different, segments that we can use to create more targeted audiences. We always stress that you let a campaign run for at least 3 months. That being that you're going to, you might have an off month, you might have an awesome month. It's going to take at least 3 months for things to even out and for us to say this was the value of the campaign. You can tweak it, but we really, try to keep the same campaigns running for at least a little bit of time. And this is also going to lead to the third thing about comparing month-over-month results and main KPIs. It's hard to compare 1 month just because you don't know if it contributed to a change in seasons or, it's car month, more people buy cars in December than in January. You don't know what those things are, so we like to see the trend. And then you can take that and apply what we see, put in some different data sets, use the insights that you learned, and, go from there and create a better business plan and, keep going. So it's always going to be progressive. And that's really where we go with making optimization. While I'm saying set it for a 3-month time period, you're going to continuously want to update that and make sure that you have the best thing, the best campaign for your audience. So how are you expanding your relationships with your customers past the simple hello and the marketing that you send? What tools are you using to get you there? I'm here to tell you that data can really help drive a more positive, timely, and relevant relationship and ensures your customers feel that their needs are met and their loyalty continues. The more and more we learn about data and the more and more we use it, the more positive experience we're going to give to the customer. And data isn't going to become such a negative word in the industry. It's going to be something that helps us to better understand our habits. So, and it's going to result in, success within your dealership. So I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope you will join us next month where we're going to kind of continue this conversation on, where the data-driven relationships, data segmentation, data audiences can assist you. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you.